First of all, thanks for being here in my YouTube channel. So in this lesson number 5, we are going to solve a question that is based on leaving in the topic time and work. So this lesson is completely going to be based upon the concept that is 2 person working in that 1 person leaving. In the next lesson, we are going to see 3 person or more than 3 person working, 1 person leaving, right? So this lesson is most important because every question I am going to solve in a normal method and also shortcut method. Some question I am going to solve in shortcut number 1 and also there are 2 shortcuts. So I am going to teach you normal method, shortcut method 1 and shortcut method 2. Definitely this video will be more and more helpful for the students, those who are preparing for a competitive exam. So let me move on to all the 5 different questions. So watch each and every question, all the shortcut method and normal method, so that if you are preparing for any CAT level exam, you can definitely apply this concept there. So let me move on to all the 5 different questions in lesson number 5. Question number 1. A and B together can complete a work in 3 days. They started together, but after 2 days, B left the work. If the work is completed after 2 more days, B alone could do the work in how many days? So friends, interesting question. First of all, understand the concept of the question, right? There are 2 persons. One is A and the second person is B. Both of them can complete a piece of work in 3 days, right? If both of them are working together, they can complete a piece of work in 3 days. And here the concept is they started the work. So first day and second day they are working. After 2 days, B left the work. And the remaining work that was done by A alone in 2 days. So by using this data, our target to find B alone, how many days he can able to complete a piece of job, right? So this is based upon leaving, because after some days, after 2 days working, B left the job. So this concept comes under lesson number 5, that is leaving, right? Okay. So first of all, we are going to solve this question by a normal method. Then we can move on to the shortcut method, right? So normal method. First, A and B completes a work in 3 days, right? So we can say that A and B 1 day work will be 1 by 3. Got the logic? Because A and B can complete a piece of job in 3 days. So we can say that A and B 1 day work will be 1 by 3. And now they both have started doing a job. After 2 days, B left. So for first day and second day, both the person A and B are working. So we can say that A and B are working for first 2 days into 1 by 3. Got the logic? Their 1 day work will be 1 by 3. And both of them working for 2 days. So 2 into 1 by 3. So A and B for the first 2 days, they have completed 2 by 3rd of the work. Friends, understood, right? A and B can complete a piece of job in 3 days. 1 day work will be 1 by 3. Both of them initially working for 2 days. So 2 into 1 by 3 will be 2 by 3. So we can say that 2 by 3 of the work completed by A and B for the first 2 days, right? Now B left. If B left, the remaining job should be done by A and E done the job in 2 days. So we can say that a remaining work, listen carefully, a remaining work. So total work is 1, and for the first 2 days they both done 2 by 3rd of the work. So minus 2 by 3. So 3 minus 2 will be 1 by 3. So we can say that 1 by 3 of the work is remaining. And we know that after B left, where the work is completed in 2 more days. That means the remaining work 1 by 3 is completed by A in 2 days. So we can say that 1 by 3 work done by A, listen here, done by A in how many days? 2 days. Most important. Got the logic? 1 by 3 is the remaining work. So this was done by A in 2 days because it's a direct data given in the question. B left the work if the work is completed after 2 more days. So we can say that 1 by 3rd of the work, there is 1 by 3 of the work done by A in 2 days. So we can say that 1 work is equals to, so 1 by 3, when you bring this 1 by 3 towards right hand side, so we can say that 2 into 3 days. That means A alone can complete a piece of job in 6 days. So by using the given data, we found A alone can complete a job in 6 days. Understood? So 1 by 3, when you move this 1 by 3 towards right hand side, it becomes 3 into 2 will be 6 days. So we can say that one work done by A alone in 6 days. But what is our target? B alone, how many days he could able to complete a job? But we have found A alone. But the question says what is the B alone, how many days he takes to complete a job? So we can say that A plus B equal to 1 by 3. So A plus B equal equal to 1 by 3. We know that A alone can complete a piece of job in 6 days. So 1 by 6 plus B is equals to 1 by 3. So B is equal to 1 by 3 minus 1 by 6. So B, when you take LCM as 6, 3 into 2 will be 6, 6 into 1 will be 6. So 2 minus 1 will be 1. So numerator will be 1. So finally we can say that B alone is also taking 6 days to complete a job. We know the denominator will be the answer, right? So A alone took 6 days to complete a job. Similarly, B alone took 6 days to complete a job. Understood the concept? So this is the normal way of solving a question. If there are 3 person or 4 person working, because in this question we are going to target, in this lesson we are completely going to target only on the 2 person, that is A and B working. In the next lesson we are going to see A, B, C are working, A, B, C, D, 4 person are working. In that case also we are going to use the same logic. So understand the concept, that is most important. If you are not getting an answer, it is okay, but you need to understand the way of solving, how they have solved the normal procedure, right? So let me move on to the shortcut method now. Let me solve this question by a shortcut method. Listen here. Initially what they have given is A and B are working for 3 days. So we can say that A and B one day work will be 1 by 3. And now they started the work together. After 2 days B left. First day and second day both of them are working. So what I am going to do is A and B, they work for first 2 days. Got the logic? A and B working for first 2 days. After working for 2 days, B left the job. So the remaining work that was done by A in 2 days. So we can say that A works the remaining work in 2 days to complete a job. You got the logic, friends? This is most important. If you know how to write this equation correctly, then solving all the question that is based upon concept of leaving becomes so simple. Listen here, I can again teach you. A and B are working for first 2 days. Then B left the job. And the remaining work was completed by A in 2 more days. That means A worked for another 2 days. Equal to 1 denotes both of them are working a job, right? For one job, I am assuming that is equal to 1. Simple logic, friends. For doing this job, one job, A and B work for 2 days, then B left, A alone worked for another 2 days to complete a job. Done, right? You have clear on the concept. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply this 2 inside. So this becomes 2A, 2 into B will be 2B plus 2A is equals to 1. 2A plus 2A will be 4A. So 4A plus 2B is equals to 1. Now our target to find B alone, how many days he could able to complete a job. Our target to find B alone. So let me do one thing, convert the letter A in terms of B, because we know that A plus B will be 1 by 3. So this can be written as A is equals to 1 by 3 minus B. It's got the logic. When you bring this plus B towards right hand side, it becomes minus B. So we can say that A equal to 1 by 3 minus B. So I'm going to change this letter A in terms of B. 1 by 3 minus B plus 2B is equals to 1. So our target to find B. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the letter A in terms of B. If they ask A alone how many days he could able to complete a piece of job, then convert the letter B in terms of A, right? So now we are going to multiply this, which becomes 4 by 3 minus 4B plus 2B is equals to 1. So minus 4B plus 2B will be 4 by 3 minus 2B is equals to 1. So 4 by 3 minus 1 is equals to 2B. So 4 minus 3 divided by 3 is equals to 2B. So 4 minus 3 will be 1. So 1 by 3 is equal to 2B. So finally we can say that 1 by 6, that means B alone can complete a piece of job in 6 days. Friends, simple, right? When you use a shortcut, you feel when compared to the normal method, shortcut is so lengthy. But listen carefully, if there are 2 person, normal method is so easy. But if there are 3 person working, 4 person working, normal method is very, very difficult. By using this shortcut, you can easily solve the question if there are 4 person, 5 person working. So it seems to be so lengthy, but if the number of persons or working person increases, shortcut method will definitely help you to solve a question, right? So what I have did is, we know A and B can complete a piece of job in 3 days. And this equation is most important. A and B work for 2 days, then B left the job. The remaining job was done by A in 2 days. So after framing this equation, we are converting all the letter in terms of B. Why? Because our target to find B alone. So converting this letter in terms of B. So finally we found that B equal to 1 by 6, that determines B can complete a job in 6 days. So finally we have solved question number 1 by using a normal method and also by using a shortcut method. Question number 2. P and Q can finish a work in 30 days. They work for 10 days and Q left. The remaining work is done by P alone in 20 more days. How long will P take to finish the work alone? So friends, the same concept question, let me solve another question so that you can able to understand this concept clearly, right? So what the question says, there are two persons P and Q. Both of them can complete a piece of job in 30 days. So what they are doing is, they started working after 10 days working, where P left or Q left? Yeah, after 10 days of working, Q left. And the remaining job that was done by P alone in how many days? 20 more days. So our target to find, if P alone work, then how many days he can able to complete a piece of job, right? So first of all, similarly we can solve this question by a normal method, right? So what the first point said is, P and Q completes a piece of job in 30 days. So we can say that P and Q 1 day work will be 1 by 30. Now both of them working for how many days? Listen here, they work for 10 days. That means first of all, both of them are working for 10 days. So P plus Q, they are working for 10 days and the 1 day work will be 1 by 30. So when you cancel, this becomes 3. So we can say that for 10 days P and Q completes 1 by 3rd work. And then now Q left. So what is the remaining job that should be done by P? So remaining job is that is 1 minus, for the first 10 days they have worked 1 by 3rd. So we can say that 3 minus 1 will be 2 by 3. So 2 by 3 work is remaining. And this 2 by 3 work, remaining work, has been done by P alone in 20 more days. So we can say that this 2 by 3rd work was done by P in how many days? They have told 20 days. So we can say that one work that can done by P alone, 20 into 3 by 2. So when you cancel, this becomes 10 times 10 into 3 will be 30. So we can say that P alone can complete a piece of job in 30 days. So finally we can say that, if what the question says, how long will P take to finish a work alone? So we can say that if P alone work, he will take 30 days to complete a work. So friends, simple concept. So both of them working for first 10 days, they have completed 1 by 3rd, that is 1 by 3 of the work they have completed. And the remaining work, that is 1 minus 1 by 3, 2 by 3. And 2 by 3 work is remaining. So this 2 by 3 work done by P alone in 20 days, right? So here P, right? Work done by P alone in 20 days. So we can say that one work that to be done by P is equal to 20 into 3 by 2. So when you cancel, this become 30 days. So we can say that P alone took 30 days to complete a work. Now we can solve this question by using a shortcut method. So similarly what they have told is, P and Q can complete a piece of job in 30 days. So we can say that P and Q 1 day job will be 1 by 30. And if we are going to solve a question by a shortcut method, what you need to do is, first of all, you need to frame an equation. We know that both of them are working for 10 days. So we can say that P and Q are working for first 10 days. Then what they have said is, Q left the job and P does the remaining job in 20 more days to do a work. Friends, clear on the concept, right? So P and Q work for 10 days, then Q left the job. The remaining job that was done by P in 20 more days is equal to 1 denotes they have done a job. So now we can say that when you multiply this 10 inside, so 10P plus 10Q plus 20P is equals to 1. So 10P and 20P, resultant will be 30P plus 10Q is equals to 1. Now our target to find P alone, how many days he took to complete a work. Listen here, how long will P take to finish a work alone? So our target to find P. So next step is, you need to change the letter Q in terms of P, right? That is most important. In the previous question, what we did is, we have changed the letter in terms of B. Why? Because they were talking about the person B. In this case, our target to find how many days P alone can able to do a job. So our target to remove Q, and we need to change the letter Q in terms of P. So we can write this equation as Q is equals to 1 by 30 minus P. Now substitute in terms of Q. So 30P plus 10 into Q. We know that Q is equal to 1 by 30 minus P is equals to 1. So what we can do is this can be written as 30p. When you multiply this 10 inside, so 10 by 30 will be 1 by 3. So 10 into minus p will be minus 10p is equals to 1. So 30p, 30p and minus 10p will be 20p, right? So 20p is equals to 1 minus 1 by 3. So 20p is equal to 3 minus will be 2 by 3. So p is equals to 2 by 3 into 1 by 20. So when you cancel, this becomes 10. So p is equals to 1 by 30. This means p alone can complete a piece of work in 30 days. So finally we got an answer, that is p equal to 30 days. So we have solved a question by a normal method. We got an answer as 30 days. Similarly, by using a shortcut also, the same answer that we got, p can complete a job alone in 30 days, right? So only thing is, you need to know how to write this equation correctly. If there are 4 or 5% working, the same logic is also applied there. So once you apply this logic, then solving a question that is based upon leaving will be so simple. Question number 3. Ajay can do a piece of work in 25 days and Sanjay can finish it in 20 days. They work together for 5 days and then Ajay goes away. In how many days will Sanjay finish the remaining work? So friends, most important concept for all the recent competitive exam. So only I have planned to teach this question in 3 different methods, a normal method and we have 2 shortcuts to solve this question, right? So first of all, we can solve this question by a normal method. Before that, let me understand the concept, that is most important, right? So Ajay alone can complete a piece of work in 25 days. Sanjay alone can complete a piece of work in 20 days. Can you able to see the difference between question number 3 and the previous 2 questions? In the previous question, initial point is A and B, both of them can able to complete a piece of job in 3 days or 20 days. But in this question, they have given separately. A alone, that is Sanjay alone, Ajay alone can complete a piece of job in 25 days. Then Sanjay alone can complete a piece of job in 20 days. Can you able to see a difference, right? Okay. So Ajay alone 25 days, Sanjay alone 20 days. Now both of them started working for 5 days, right? They work for 5 days and then the person Ajay goes out. So our target to find in how many days Sanjay alone will finish the remaining work. Most interesting. So first of all, Ajay can complete a piece of work in 25 days. So we can say that A equal to 1 by 25. Next, Sanjay can alone finish a piece of work in 20 days. So we can say that Sanjay work will be 1 by 20. So I have taken A as Ajay and S as Sanjay, right? Okay. So now we can say that if both of them working together, A plus B, that is 1 by 25 plus 1 by 20. So 25 and 20, let me take LCM as 100. 25 into 4 will be 100. 20 into 5 will be 100. So 5 plus 4 will be 9. So we can say that if Ajay and Sanjay, A and S, if Ajay and Sanjay are working together, they can complete a piece of job in 9 by 100. And the most important thing is, now let me enter into the question, important area. Both of them are working for how many days? 5 days. So we can say that Ajay and Sanjay, if both of them working, 1 day work will be 9 by 100. Now what they are saying is both of them working for 5 days. So we can say that Ajay and Sanjay 5-day work will be 5 into 9 by 100. So we can cancel this, becomes when you cancel this becomes 20, right? So we can say that 9 by 20. So Ajay and Sanjay 5 days work will be 9 by 20. After 5 days working, who left the job? Ajay goes away. So we can say that what is the remaining work? So remaining work is equals to 1 minus 9 by 20. Resultant will be 11 by 20. So we can say that 11 by 20 job is remaining. So this 11 by 20 job should be done by Sanjay. Why? Because after working for 5 days, where the person Ajay goes out, that means Ajay left the job. So the remaining job that should be done by Sanjay. What is the remaining job? Remaining job is 11 by 20. So we can say that 11 by 20 job is remaining. We know that Sanjay alone can complete a piece of job in 20 days. So Sanjay alone can complete a piece of job in 20 days, but his target to finish only 11 by 20 of the job. So when you cancel 20 and 20, so we can say that 11 days. So finally Sanjay alone can finish the remaining piece of job in 11 days. That's it. So finally we got an answer for this question, 11 days, by using a normal method. So friends, most interesting, understood the concept. First of all, Ajay work done is 25, Sanjay work done is 20. Initially what we did, we have found if both of them working, what is the 1 day work, which is 9 by 100. After finding the data, we know that Ajay and Sanjay, both of them working for 5 days. So 5 into 9 by 100, resultant will be 9 by 20, which means A and S, that is Ajay and Sanjay, after working for 5 days, they have done 9 by 20 of the job. So we have our target to find what is the remaining job. So 1 minus 9 by 20 will be 11 by 20. So 11 by 20 job is remaining, and after working for 5 days, who left the job? Ajay left the job. Remaining person is Sanjay. So Sanjay should do the remaining 11 by 20. We know that Sanjay is capable of finishing a job in 20 days. 20 days Sanjay is capable of finishing, but his target to do only 11 by 20 of the job. So when you cancel 20, 20, finally we can say that Sanjay alone can finish the remaining work in 11 days. So answer for this question is 11 days, and we have solved this complete question by using a normal method. Now let me solve this question by shortcut method 1. And the shortcut method 1 is the same logic that we applied in the previous 2 questions. What we did is we initially framed an equation, then we solved a question, right? Similarly, let me frame an equation first of all. We know that Sanjay and Ajay started working. After 5 days, Ajay left the job. For the first 5 days, who are all working? Ajay and Sanjay, both of them working for 5 days. Listen carefully. Ajay and Sanjay, both of them were working for 5 days. And then Ajay left, and the remaining job, that was Sanjay alone, we don't know how many days he worked. Friends, simple concept. If you write this equation, you can able to solve the question easily. Got it? Can you able to see the difference between previous 2 question shortcut method and this question shortcut method? Here we have assumed as X. Why? Because we don't know Sanjay how many days he took to do the remaining job. In the previous question, all the data are directly given. So Ajay and Sanjay first working for 5 days, then Ajay left the job, and the remaining work that was done by Sanjay alone, but we don't know how many days Sanjay worked. So our target to find what is the value of X. So what I'm going to do is, we know Ajay alone can complete a piece of job in 25 days. So Ajay 1 day work will be 1 by 25. Sanjay alone can complete a piece of job in 20 days. So Sanjay will be 1 by 20. So into 5, and Sanjay alone can complete a piece of job in 1 by 20. X is equals to 1. So when you take LCM, 25 and 20, LCM will be 100. So 25 into 4, 20 into 5, so 4 plus 5, the numerator will be 9. So into 5 plus 1 by 20 into X is equal to 1. So when you cancel, this becomes 20. So we can say this 1 by 20 X is equal to 1 minus 9 by 20. Can you able to understand this step, right? So what I have did is I have bring this 9 by 20 towards right hand side. It becomes minus 9 by 20. So this can be written as X by 20 is equals to 20 minus 9 will be 11. So 11 by 20. So finally X is equal to 11 by 20 into 20. We can cancel 20 and 20. X is equal to 11 days. So finally we got an answer, that is X is equal to 11 days, which determines Sanjay alone can does the remaining work, which is X, in 11 days. So finally we can say that by using shortcut number 1, we got an answer, the remaining work that was done by Sanjay alone in 11 days. So friends, in this shortcut number 1, what you need to do is, you need to know how to write this equation correctly. If you write this equation, then it becomes so simple. We solve this question by shortcut number 2. Right? Shortcut number 2 is much interesting. And we know that there are 2 persons. One is Ajay and the second person is Sanjay. So which is most important, listen carefully. Both of them are working for how many days? 5 days. After 5 days, who left the job? Ajay left the job. Initially, listen carefully, both of them are working for 5 days. Ajay is also working for 5 days. Sanjay is also working for 5 days. Clear on the concept, right? Both of them working for 5 days. After 5 days, Ajay left the job, and the remaining job that was completed by Sanjay. So we can say that Sanjay worked another some days, that is X days. So friends, understood? 5 plus X. Both of them are working for 5 days and 5 days. After 5 days, Ajay left. and the remaining job that was done by Sanjay in some days. So we can say that first of all he worked for 5 days, then additionally he worked for some days, but we don't know how many days he took to do a job. Got the logic? 5 for Ajay, 5 plus X for Sanjay. So now what I'm going to do is, we know that Ajay alone can complete a piece of job in 25 days, right? And we know that Ajay worked for 5 days. So friends, listen here. Ajay alone can complete a piece of job in 25 days. Numerator, he worked only for 5 days. Plus next is Sanjay. Sanjay alone can complete a piece of job in 20 days. So Sanjay worked for 5 plus X days. So 5 plus X to do a job that is equal to 1. So friends, clear on the concept. So the denominator 25, which is Ajay alone can complete a piece of job in 25 days. He worked for 5 days. So numerator is 5. Next step, Sanjay alone can complete a piece of job in 20 days. Sanjay worked for 5 plus X days. So numerator 5 plus X to do a job that is equal to 1. So if you solve this equation, getting an answer is so simple. This is another way of solving a question where you can cancel this, right? Or otherwise, okay, well, let me do one thing. We can take an LCM. So 25, 20, you can take an LCM as 100, right? Or otherwise you can cancel it anyway, right? 100. So for 25 into 4, so 5 into 4 will be 20. 20 into 5 will be 100. So 5 5s are 25 plus 5x is equals to 1. So 25 plus 20 will be 45. So 45 by 100. So this can be written as 45 plus 5x divided by 100 is equals to 1. So when you bring this 100 towards right hand side, it becomes 45 plus 5x is equal to 100. So 5x is equal to 100 minus 45. So 5x is equal to 55. So x is equal to 11. So finally we got an answer. X is equal to 11 days. So what x represents here? Sanjay remaining work number of days. So we can say that x is equal to 11 days. That means the remaining work that was done by Sanjay, which is 11 days. So finally, by using shortcut number 2, we got an answer as 11 days. Interesting, right? You can solve a question by normal method, or if you wish, you can proceed by shortcut number 1 or shortcut number 2. Definitely all these methods will helpful for next videos, upcoming videos, like 3% working, 4% working. In that case, by using shortcut number 1 and shortcut number 2, you can easily crack all the question in time and work. So friends, understood the concept? In shortcut number 1, writing an equation is most important. In shortcut number 2, writing this is most important. So Ajay for 5 and Sanjay for 5x. So finally we solved question number 3 by all the 3 methods. Question number 4. A and B can do a piece of work in 60 days and 75 days respectively. Both begin together, but after certain time A leaves off. In such case, B finished the remaining work in 30 days. After how many days did A leave? So friends, it's one of the most important concept question. Why? Because this question concept is different when compared to all the previous question. So here, A alone can complete a piece of job in 60 days, B alone can complete a piece of job in 75 days. And the thing here is, both of them are working together. But at certain duration, A left the job. So we don't know both of them initially how many days they worked. It was not given. But they have said that both of them started working. After a certain time, A left. And B completes the remaining job in how many days? 30 days. By using all these data, our target to find at which date after working how many days A left the job. So interesting question. Let me do one thing. First of all, I am going to solve this question by shortcut number 1. Then we can solve this question by shortcut number 2. After that we can proceed the normal method, so that you will, while solving normal method, most of our students will have a lot of doubt. So once you watch shortcut and shortcut number 2, normal method becomes so simple, right? So shortcut number 1, what you need to do? You need to frame an equation, right? So first of all, A alone can do a piece of job in 60 days. So A 1 day work will be 1 by 60. B alone can complete a piece of job in 75 days. So B's 1 day work will be 1 by 75. We know that both together started working, right? So A and B, both of them are started working. But we don't know initially how many days they have worked. After working for some days, who left the job? A left the job. And the remaining job that was done by B in how many days? 30 days is equals to 1. So friends, clear on the concept? So now let me substitute A is equal to 1 by 60. B is equal to 1 by 75 into X. B equal to 1 by 75 into 30 is equals to 1. So I think we can cancel this on 25 table, no sorry, 15 table. When you cancel this on 15 table 2 times, when you cancel this on 15 table, this becomes 5 times, 2 by 5. So 60 and 75. I think we can take an LCM as 300. So when you take LCM as 300, so 60 5s are 300, 75 4s are 300. So 5 plus 4, numerator will be 9. So 9 by 300x is equals to 1 minus 2 by 5. So 9, I think we can cancel this on 3 table. When you cancel this on 3 table, this becomes 100. When you cancel this, it becomes 3, right? So 5 minus 2 will be 3 by 5. So this can be written as 3 by 100 into X is equals to 5 minus 2 will be 3 divided by 5. So finally X is equal to 3 by 5 into 100 by 3. So when you cancel 3 and 3, when you cancel this becomes 20 times. So finally X is equal to 20. So finally we got an answer, X is equal to 20, which is after 20 days working where A left the job. Got the logic, friends? Our target to find, listen the target, after how many days did A leave? We found the value of X is equal to 20. So we can say that initially A and B were working for 20 days and then A left the job. So finally we can say that A after working for 20 days, that is X days, which is 20. So A after working for 20 days left the job. So finally we got an answer for this question, that is A equal to 20 days. Got the logic? Simple concept, everything is same. Only thing is, in previous all the 3 questions we have assumed year as X, but in this case we are assuming X year. So let me solve this question by shortcut number 2. So shortcut number 2 is, first of all, A alone can complete a piece of job in 30 days, B alone can complete a piece of job in 35 days. Listen here, A and B, there are 2 persons, right? So initially both of them are started working. After certain days A left, but we don't know initially how many days A and B both of them were worked. Got the logic? So we don't know initially how many days A worked and also how many days B worked. But after working, both of them after working certain time, A left and the remaining job that was completed by B in 30 days. So we can say that if A is X, B will be X plus 30. Friends, simple logic. Initially A and B started working. After certain time, A left the job. We don't know how many days A and B worked. So A worked X days, similarly B worked X days. After X days, A left the job. After A leaving, the remaining work that was done by B in additional 30 days. So B will be X plus 30, A will be X. So now we can say that A alone can complete a piece of job in how many days? 60 days. Out of 60 days, A worked in how many days? X days. Next is B. So B alone can complete a piece of job in 75 days. Out of this 75 days, B worked X plus 30 days to do a job that is equal to 1. So we have framed this equation, then solving becomes so simple, right? So now I think we can take 60, 75, LCM will be 300. 65s are 30, so 5x, 75 into 4, right? Yeah, 75 into 4 will be 300, so 4x. When you multiply 30 into 4 will be 120 is equal to 1. So 5x plus 4x will be 9x. 9x plus 120 is equals to 300. So 9x is equal to 300 minus 120. So 9x is equal to 180. So x is equal to 20. So finally we got the answer, x is equal to 20, which means A worked for 20 days. B, when you substitute x is equal to 20 here, then B worked for 50 days. So by using this data, we can clearly say that A worked for 20 days and left the job. Our target to find after how many days did A leave. So we can clearly say that A worked for 20 days and he left the job. So finally, by using shortcut number 2, we got an answer, that is A. After working for 20 days, he left the job. So answer is 20 days. Finally, we can solve this question by a normal method, right? Now you understood the shortcut 1 and shortcut 2, how we got an answer, right? Now the normal method is A alone can complete a piece of job in 60, B alone can complete a piece of job in 75. If both of them working, listen carefully. So 1 by 60 plus 1 by 75. LCM will be 300, 64, 65, 75, 4, 9 by 300. So if both of them working, 9 by 300, so when you cancel, this becomes 3 by 100. So listen here, if both of them are working together, their one day work will be 3 divided by 100. Friends, got the logic? So A and B, A alone can complete a piece of job in 30, B alone can complete a piece of job in 75. If both of them working together, they can complete a job in 3 by 100, which means their one day work will be 3 by 100. Got it? So next step is, we don't know A and B how many days they have worked initially, which is X. Listen carefully. We don't know how many days both of them work, which is X. And the remaining work was done by B in how many days? 30 days. So we know that B's one day work will be 1 by 75. And E worked for 30 days. Friends, listen carefully. B can complete a piece of work in 75 days. And E completes some of the work in 30 days. So we can say that one day work 1 by 75 into 30. So B is equal to, when you cancel this, 15 to 15 5. So 2 by 5. So finally we can say that the remaining work is 2 by 5. We got the remaining work. So what is the total work when you subtract this? 1 minus 2 by 5 will be 5 minus 2 will be 3 by 5. So 3 by 5 of the work which was done by A and B. Friends, clear on the concept? B alone can do a piece of job in 75 days. B's one day work will be 1 by 75. E does a remaining work in 30 days. So 30, one day work will be 1 by 75. So we can say that B does 2 by 5 of the work in 30 days. We already know that A left the job at some time. B completes the remaining work in 30 days. So we can say that the remaining work that was done by B is 2 by 5. If 2 by 5 is remaining, then the remaining 1 minus 2 by 5, which is 3 by 5. So this 3 by 5 work should be done initially by both the person A and B. We already know that A and B can complete a piece of job in 3 by 100 days. So easily we can say that 3 by 5 into 100 divided by 3. So we can cancel 3 and 3. When you cancel, this becomes 20. So finally we can say that A and B initially work for how many days? Which is 20 days. So friends, listen here, A and B initially worked for 20 days and then A left the job and the remaining job that was done by B in 30 days to finish a job. So got the logic. So finally we can say that answer for this question number 4, that is 20 days. So this is normal way of solving. It seems to be little bit concept oriented. If you want, you can solve by this normal method, or otherwise better proceed shortcut number 1 or shortcut number 2. Last, 5th question. A can complete a piece of work in 40 days. He starts working but having some other engagement leaves after 5 days. Thereafter, B completes this work in 21 days. How many days would A and B together to take to complete a job? So friends, first of all, let me understand the concept, right? Because this seems to be different. A alone can do a piece of job in 40 days, right? And E started working. That means A alone initially working. After working for 5 days, he have some engagement. So after working for 5 days, he left the job. And the remaining job that was done by B alone in how many days? 21 days. So by using this data, our target to find if both A and B are working together, how many days they will take to complete a work. So similarly, let me solve this question initially by shortcut number 1. So what is shortcut number 1? We need to frame an equation, right? So first of all, listen here. A is working for how many days? 5 days. Then the remaining job that was working by B for how many days? 21 days to do a job. Simple logic, right? So A worked for 5 days and the remaining job was done by B in 21 days, right? We know that A alone can complete a piece of job in how many days? 40 days. So A's one day work will be 1 by 40 into 5. And B alone can complete a piece of job? No, they didn't give the data, right? So let me keep as it is, B into 21 is equals to 1. So when you cancel, this becomes 8 times. So 21B is equals to 1 minus 1 by 8. So 21B is equal to 8 minus 1 will be 7 by 8. So B is equals to 7 by 8. When you bring this 21 towards right hand side, it becomes 1 by 21. So we can cancel this 3 times 24. So B is equals to 1 by 24. Listen here friends, finally we got B alone can complete a piece of job in 24 days. And we already know that A alone can complete a piece of job in 40 days. Our target to find if both of them working, how many days they took to complete a job. So A plus B is equal to 1 by 40 plus 1 by 24. I think we can take LCM as 120. So 40 into 3 120, 25 into 5, 24 into 5 will be 120. So 5 plus 3 will be 8. So finally when you cancel, this becomes 15 times. So if A and B working together, they can complete a piece of job in 15 days. We can say that answer for the last question by using shortcut number 1, which is 15 days. So once you apply this shortcut, you will get an answer easily, right? Now we can solve this question by shortcut number 2. Right? Shortcut number 2, what we need to do, first of all, there are two persons. A alone worked for how many days? 5 days. It's a direct statement, so we can say that A worked for 5 days. And the remaining work that was done by B in how many days? 21 days. So finally we can say that by using shortcut number 2, A worked for 5 days, direct statement, B worked for 21 days. That is also direct statement. But here, listen carefully. A alone can complete a piece of job in 40 days. Out of 40 days, A worked for how many days? 5 days. Next is B, which is most important. We don't know B alone how many days he took to complete a work. So better we can keep here as X out of that day where B worked for 21 days to do a job. Friends, understood? Usually denominator will be A alone how many days he take to complete a work. A alone complete 40 days. He took 40 days to complete a work. But in this question they didn't give you anything about B. If they have given B alone can complete this much of time, you can substitute here. But in this case, they are not at all talking about how much duration B alone takes to complete a work. So let me keep here as X denominator, and the numerator we already know B worked for 21 days. So numerator is 21, denominator is X, and both of them doing a job equal to 1. So let me solve this. We can cancel 8 times. So we can say this as 21 by X is equal to 1 minus 1 by 8. So 21 by X is equal to, which is 7 by 8. So X is equal to, similarly you can cross this, right? 21 into 8 by 7. So 7 3 is 21. X is equal to 24. Where X is equal to 24 denotes B alone can complete a piece of job in 24 days. So finally we can say that A alone can complete a piece of job in 40 days. Now by using this equation, we have got X, which determines B. B alone can complete a piece of job in how many days? 24 days. So our target to find A and B if both are working. So if both the person are working, similar logic like shortcut number 1. So 120 will be LCM. 43, 24, 5, numerator will be 8. So finally, if A and B, both of them are working together, they took 15 days to complete a work. So same logic, right? So same logic that we used in shortcut number 1. Only difference is in shortcut number 1, we used to frame an equation. In shortcut number 2, we used to frame an equation like this, and then we used to solve a question. Finally, we can solve this question by a normal method, right? So what is a normal method? A alone can complete a piece of work in how many days? 40 days, right? 1 day work will be 1 by 40. Initially A worked for 5 days, so 1 by 40 into 5, resultant will be 1 by 8. So we can say that in 5 days A worked 1 by 8. So what is the remaining work? The remaining work will be 1 minus 1 by 8, which is 7 by 8. So this 7 by 8 work done by B in how many days? 21 days. So we can easily say that 7 by 8 work done, that is remaining work done by B in how many days? 21 days. So we can say that B's work done will be 21 into 8 by 7. So when you cancel, this becomes 24. So finally we can say that B alone take 24 days to complete a work. Similarly, A alone take how many days? 40 days to complete a work. Our target to find if both of them working how many days. Just now we have solved 1 by 40 plus 1 by 24. So 1 by 40 plus 1 by 24, resultant will be 8 by 120, which is 1 by 15. So finally we can say that A and B, if they are working together, they take 15 days to complete a work. Finally, in this video we have solved 5 different questions, and most of the question we have solved by 2 different shortcut methods. So friends, those who are watching this video, what you actually feel is, compared to shortcut method, you feel normal method is so easy. Why you are applying a shortcut method? This was the question of many students. But the thing is, for these kinds of simplest question, normal method is easy. If there are 3 persons working, for example, A working for 40 days, B working for 30 days, C working for 60 days, D working for 90 days. If there are more than 2 persons, then definitely you will feel difficult to solve in a normal method. In that case, if you use shortcut number 1, framing an equation becomes so simple, you can crack the question easily. If there are 4 persons working, if you use the shortcut number 2, that is also so easy. For 2 persons working, better you can use a normal normal method, or otherwise shortcut number 2 will be simple. If in case the numbers are bigger number 120, 240 like that, you can use shortcut number 1. Anyway, for 2% you can use a normal shortcut or shortcut 2, but if there are 3% working, 4% working, I am going to teach you in next lesson. In that case, better you can apply shortcut 1 or shortcut 2. So friends, thank you so much for watching this video. If you really like it, share this video to your friends. Those are preparing for any competitive exam, not only bank exam. If they are preparing for IT sector interviews, placement training, college interviews, whatever be, those are preparing for aptitude, definitely all my YouTube videos will be helpful. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you really like it, share this video to your friends. Bye.